Guys, so I want to speak a little bit about what's on the screen right now. If you come to the plate not knowing what the situation is, you don't have the focus needed to compete at a high level. So, again, if you come to the plate not knowing what the situation is, you don't have the focus needed to compete at a high level. So, understand baseball is an individual game. When you're batting, it's all on you. When you're in the field, it's all on you. When you're developing, certain skill sets, every position is different, and everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. So it's an individual game, but you play on a team. And the name of the game is to do whatever you have to do to get on base and score runs. And a lot of guys at all levels do not have an idea of what they want to do at the plate prior to going to the plate. And most of the time, it's not their fault. They haven't been taught. And if they have been taught and doesn't plan to use any of what they know, then that's on them. It's their career. At my academy, I throw stuff out all the time. And some guys listen to everything. Some guys listen to something. Some guys don't listen to anything. And you know what? That's on them. I'll repeat myself, and hopefully one day they'll get it. But at the end of the day, it's on them. So when you're in a game, you need to be spending your time watching the pitcher and get a good understanding of what he's like as a pitcher. So here's a couple examples of things you should be watching. How fast is his fastball? What's his secondary pitches? What's his out pitch? Can he throw them all for a strike? Or which ones do I need to lay off? Does he start everybody off with the same pitch? What does he do when he falls behind the count? What does he do when he gets ahead of the count? When he picks the guy off, does he fall into a pattern of what he throws next? What does he do when there's runners in scoring position? Does he tip his pitches? And man, we can go on and on and on, but these are just examples of things you need to kind of watch, And this, when you're getting ready in the hole, now you need to observe what the situation is and figure out what you need to do and what pitch you can handle that will allow you to execute that approach. So let's just say, for example, you got a runner on first, and you got to get him to third. So what do I got to do? I got to drive the ball hard to right field. So maybe as a righty, that means I need to back off the plate. Maybe if I'm a lefty, I need to get on top of the plate. And then, I need to find the ball. I need the ball low in zone. That's an example of the thinking about where you're setting up, thinking about where you want the pitch, thinking about where you want the ball in the zone. These are the things you need to be thinking about. And I understand that coaches are failing at getting players to do this. But you need to take it upon yourself and you need to watch more Major League games and observe the hitters and observe what they're trying to do when they're at the plate and observe what the pitcher is trying to do to them. The guys at the highest level, they get mentally spent at the end of the game. So if you lead the game and you're not mentally spent, then you're wasting some valuable time on potentially getting better. Now, I understand this can be an information overload. And some people in the past have told me, you know what? It's hard to memorize all this. And here's my answer to that. If something's important to you, you remember. So how important is it for you to play well and to get better? Again, your choice, your development, your career. So where do we start? Start small. Observe what he's throwing everyone on the first pitch. Or observe what he's doing with his mechanics when he's warming up. Is he doing something different when he throws his curveball or changeup? Find a guy on the team that could sit with you and you guys just sit there and talk the game and observe things and talk among one another. That takes discipline and focus. And if you can't require this type of focus, then you don't have the focus needed to compete at a high level. So once again, if you come to the plate not knowing what the situation is, you don't have the focus to compete at a high level.